Back at it again. Dougie Fresh here alongside Cheyenne Woods. She has a week off, so we have nailed her down. We got her with us in studio. What's up, Shy? What's cracking? Welcome back.
What up, Doug? Thank you. I'm back in the heat, actually. It's my first time back home.
How's it feel to be in the sweat box of Phoenix, Arizona?
So this is what summer is. I don't know how I grew up playing junior golf in this 115-degree heat, because this is no joke.
I call it shut the hell up hot. That's like
Yes.
You walk outside, I don't want nobody to speak to me. Just leave me alone. Go away.
Yes.
No, leave me alone.
Especially now in today's day where you're wearing a mask. And it's not only 120 degrees, but I got to wear this cloth on my face. And I'm just sweating from head to toe. But I do have to say, a week off is nice. It's been nice to be home. I've been getting some good practice in. I know what I need to work on. Just trying to manage, again, this freaking sun.
I feel like as long as you get out there and get going around 5:30, you get to the course around 5:45.
In the morning?
Yeah. I was doing that
you're right.
in prep. I was getting up. I was leaving the house at like 5:15.
You have
get to the range 5:30. And hell, I was back home at 8:30 before it even really got cracking.
Day is done. Yeah.
That's it. Because I tell you what, once about 8:30, 9 o'clock hit, and that 105 rolls around, no thank you.
You don't want to be out there. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So all the people out there in the Midwest and the Northeast, enjoy this while you got it, because it's hot as hell out here.
Yeah, we're a little bit jealous, but
Just
you know what?
bit.
In a few months, we're gonna be
The destination.
living it up.
That's it.
Because
it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be 70 degrees out there playing some golf. It'll be all good.
You just gazed. I saw you just kind of gaze off into the sunset. You was kind of like, you already like searching for that. You just go to San Francisco. It's cold. You can wear a jacket. So, Shot, what's crazy right now in the world, and I wonder if our listeners even heard this. So if this is new information, let us know. If it's not, hell, let us know either way. But we're hearing reports that more and more people have come to the game of golf since the beginning of COVID. Than ever before. We're seeing black and brown people. The majority of the numbers and statistics I'm hearing are actually black and brown women are entering the games more so than ever. So we want to dedicate an episode and talk a little bit about, of course, golf, right? But how to stay in the game. The problem with golf is it's hard. It's hard, and in the era of quick fixes and no attention spans, having the ability to stay in the game is difficult. So, Cheyenne, new golfers, what's your advice? What are we going to give these people to hold on to?
Where do we begin?
So many things.
And like you said, it is an exciting time for golf because COVID has really opened the door to people having the opportunity to come out and try it. It's been the one thing that so many of us have been able to do. Going to the course, it's been packed the last few months. So
absolutely.
There's definitely a lot of new golfers out there. And for the new golfers who, I'm sure have figured it out, golf is not a quick learn, an easy learn. For me, I just say, again, we've kind of talked about this before. Find somebody you can go and learn and play with. That keeps it fun. You've got someone to go with. You got someone to bounce ideas off of or just talk to.
See, I like the buddy system in golf. Yes. I like that.
Yes, I agree. And I think, too, the way that you get into the game, driving ranges are fun, but everyone wants to get on the golf course. And I always am a huge advocate for par 3 courses, as I know you are, too.
Yeah, big advocate. But, what's hard is there's not par 3s everywhere. I think we're super lucky here in Phoenix with a couple different options. And, even South Florida, more golf destination places have par 3 golf courses. Even country clubs have opportunities to play golf on the courses. I just feel like you have to understand that this game is difficult. And I don't mean like just hard to do. This game is hard as hell. From a mental perspective, from a physical perspective, from a patience perspective, from a confidence perspective. When we talk to Dr. Bob, you can get your ass beat up and handed to you trying to learn how to play this game as a beginner.
Even as, somebody who has the experience that we do, we've been playing a majority of our lives and this game still drives us crazy. There's going to always be that aspect to it. So you have to kind of expect that. But I think that's what creates the addiction. That's what creates the love, the challenge of it. And you just have to know what you're getting yourself into and know
that you're not going to get it right away. You're just not going to get it right away. And it's not going to give it to you right away. I think it comes with managing your expectations, right? If I was starting the game of golf right now, I would have to stop and think like, okay, everybody says this shit is hard and it's going to take me a while. So I need to give myself a year where I'm doing something consistent. Like if you're starting a game, I feel like you need to be practicing or hitting balls or trying to get better at the game at least one day a week. You're not going to advance doing this once a month, once a quarter, and calling yourself a golfer because you bought some golf shoes and a Tiger Woods shirt. No. We need some activity behind it.
Yeah, you definitely have to put the time into it. And it's not something you have to put hours into every weekend or 3 times a week. But like you said, once a month, you can go out, hit balls, try to play. And in previous episodes, like last week, we talked about things that you can do in the house. Even you're a new golfer, getting into the game, putt around the house. And that is going to help improve your game once you get out there. And it will be just that, a little bit less frustrating.
And that's the thing. You have to know that you're going to be tested. You're going to get angry. And another thing, Shot, I've always struggled with, especially for beginners, and I'll get your take because I don't even know this answer. Like, when do you leave Top Golf to go to the range? When do you leave the range to go to the course? Because there has to be some type of progression, because my dad and mom didn't know what the hell was going on when I started the game. I only stayed in golf because I thought it was so hard that I wanted to figure out how to make this work. I wanted to see this ball fly. Like, that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to let it fly. So, when you stop and think about it, is there a strategy? Because nowadays a lot of people start at Top Golf. So what's the strategy for Top Golf to the range to the course?
I honestly don't think there is like a perfect solution or a perfect just way of going about it. No matter what level of golf you're playing, I think that you can just make it work for you. Like when I was young growing up, I would, instead of playing a full course, I would maybe drop a ball at the 150-yard marker, give myself, okay, this is a par 4. It's 150 yards, but I'm, whatever level of golf, my goal is this is a par 4. And kind of make the game fit to you rather than trying to fit to the game and get frustrated.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no right
I think we talked about that.
Yeah, there's no right way to play the game. It's just trying to get better. You just want to enjoy it, get better, and you can kind of feel it out when you're out there of what feels comfortable, what feels challenging, and the right level of challenge as well.
So you said this on a previous episode. We were talking about just ways to make the game of golf more enjoyable. And I really enjoy it. I've never done it. I think it would be cool to do and cool to see people start, where it's like just throw par out the window. Like, don't even have a scorecard. Like, just see how fast you can get. Like use a clock. Just time yourself. See if you can get the ball in the hole in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or see if you can get the ball in the hole in under 10 shots, 15 shots. And don't stress yourself out. Like, golf is stressful. And that's the thing. Golf exposes people that are impatient, that are full of themselves. You come into this game with those attitudes and those background baggage, you're going to get exposed quickly.
And I think that's why, as beginners, it's so easy for them to just give it up, because it is exposing to whatever character flaws or frustrations you might have when you're out there, impatience. But you have to understand what you're getting yourself into. And I think getting rid of expectations by setting your own par, don't keep score, have fun games that you play throughout the round. It really helps you stay in it and not compare yourself to what you think you're supposed to be doing out there, or feeling like you're a distraction or you're bothering other people on the golf course, because you're out there, you paid, you're there to play, do your thing.
But it's also this ego check in golf. Like, there's this huge, think about, and we've all seen this. We've seen the muscle guy who goes to the gym, he's squatting, he got muscles on underneath his ears. Dude's just swole. And then he gets out there and he's trying to hit the ball and impress people, and he hits it like 150 yards with the driver. Man. And it's like his ego won't let him stay in golf. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I'm big, I'm strong, I got this little flimsy stick with the thing, and the ball's not going as far as this little kid who's 5 foot nothing and 120 pounds. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, don't let your ego let you leave the game because it's hard, or because you can't stomach the fact that these kids are better. Like, let me say something. If you're starting the game of golf, understand this right now. Most people are going to be better than you, but the learning curve to get there is not that sharp. It doesn't take that long. Because
Right.
the average golfer's like a 16, 18 handicap. It doesn't take long to get to there from beginner.
Right. Most people aren't out there shooting 67.
No,
you know,
no chance.
If you can get out there and even play bogey golf, that's great.
That's a
you
win.
know?
In year
That's a
1 or
win.
2, even in year 2.
And even when it comes to ego, like you said, you see that, the muscle men out there trying to smash it. I think that's, again, just a part of learning what golf is. It's not always a power sport. I mean, yes, we see Bryson DeChambeau out there, muscle
He's
man
fat.
now.
He's fat. I'm talking about Bryson. He's fat.
He's bulked up, okay? But there's so much of an art to golf as well, and feel and finesse, and you can't just go out there and think because you have these big muscles you're going to kill it. You have to think about it. You have to have feel, and that's a part of learning the game. And even in year, 22 for me of playing golf, I'm still being humbled, whether it's muscles or the amount of hours I'm putting into practicing. I'm having these expectations, and you're going to be humbled by the game real quick. So there's always levels of it, but you just have to get over it, basically.
Well, I saw in a commercial that you practice your full swing for 2 hours a day and your short game for 4 hours a day, or for
We're
another
on this
2.
again.
I'm just saying, this is what the commercial told me. So actually, it's your words. It's your words.
They
I guess
were
you were
my
reading
words.
from the script. Just
It
read.
wasn't. Look, I put in the hours. Every day is different. And throughout the year is different. But again, when it comes to expectations, you just have to know that every day is different when you're out there playing golf. You never know what you're going to get. You're going to be humbled. You're going to be disappointed. And you might be surprised and excited. You have a great round. You just never know.
And I'll say this. If you plan on staying in the game of golf, if you had this inclination that, what, I want to take this up. I've been cooped up. I want to go out to the golf course. Do yourself a favor. Before you think about buying clubs and outfits and what spikes to buy, go out and take a lesson. Go find a PGA professional, an LPGA professional, somebody that just knows more about golf than you. Look on Instagram. You'd be surprised how many responses you'll get from these coaches if you actually just DM them. I'm not saying go fill up people's inboxes, but just, hey, coach so-and-so, I'm thinking about taking up the game of golf. What advice do you have? Use what you have to at your disposal. Reach out to me. Holla at Cheyenne. People in her DMs all the time, but I bet if you ask her how to get better at golf, she'll respond. Like when you play golf and you love this game, you want people to be better.
And it's funny you say that because last week I had a woman on Instagram DM me. I have no idea who she is, but she reached out and she just was genuinely wanting to know how she can get better in golf. She's a beginner. Should she pay for lessons? How can she get better? Who can she trust in terms of what they know and their credentials? And I get it. We all love this game. We've all been there. We understand it. So she and I went back and forth. I gave her some advice.
What'd you tell her?
All
go
right,
ahead.
put me on
Let's
the
get
spot.
it. I'm about to go ahead and get. I see your phone out. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I'm looking at the DMs.
Oh, y'all had a thread. That was an aggressive
Oh, yeah, we
thread.
did.
Y'all went deep.
I recommend for her to pay for golf lessons. Should she just go to the range? Should she invest her time and money into it? Best way to learn properly. She was super frustrated. And
Absolutely.
I first asked her what her level of play is. Has she played before? Does she have background in golf, or is she completely brand new? I told her to do her research. Normally, anybody with LPGA or PGA credentials is somebody that you can trust.
Yep.
I did not suggest in buying a bulk amount of lessons. I think you should take it one lesson at a time and kind of go from there, work on it. YouTube, like you said, Instagram, golf coaches or videos, you can learn so much from. But I truly think it's just steps, baby steps of one lesson at a time. Go to the range, work on it. Maybe 2 months later, you can get another lesson. But, I don't know how these coaches are selling bulk lessons, whether it's like 10, 12, but that's a huge commitment.
Especially when people are dipping their toe in.
I don't think beginners need to necessarily be doing that.
Well, I'll say this. If you're doing golf and you say to yourself, I'm going to do everything it takes to get better at the game, and you want to commit to a plan that keeps you on a schedule, I don't hate that. And I like that too. But if you're that beginner that is on the fence because you're like, you know what? I can be outside. I can swing. Nobody's really going to mess with me, so I can do the golf thing, right? Then I suggest you go kind of one lesson at a time. I don't hate that for you. But if you told yourself and you've thought it through and you want to I want to do this consistently over 3 or 4 months, I'm going to give myself X or Y, Z time to get this game, then I'm not opposed to people getting group lessons. Now, if those group lessons are like 5 racks, which some of them can be, you go to some of these academies. I'm not gonna call nobody out. Don't get nervous, pros out there who listen. Yeah, that's an investment. $5,000-$6,000 for a week in Palm Springs and a golf school at this course, and a free bottle of wine. Okay, it might be worth it.
Sounds fun though.
It does sound. I might go to a golf school. It's like that.
Right.
No, but you know what? I think it's huge and it means a lot that you took the time to have this conversation with this stranger, because you two are connected via the fabric of golf, right? Like, I don't think anybody out here that does this at a high level wants anybody to come in and not feel welcomed.
Exactly. We know what the sport is and what the sport can be. And for someone who's new to it, you just want to be welcoming. You want to lead them down the right path, because as we know, golf can be so intimidating. It can be so expensive and just overwhelming in a lot of different cases. So just to be able to give that little bit of insight, no BS, tell her what she needs to know. And it just makes it a lot simpler. I think golf is stressful already. So if we can help you out just a little bit and save you that little bit of money and time, I think that's huge.
What's hard about golf is asking for help. That's the hard part. Learning the game correctly is difficult, but there are so many good people and so many resources that you can turn to. I got my master's on YouTube University. That's what I tell people. So there are different swings. But what I will say, we have to say, Cheyenne, if you're starting the game and you're using an information source, only use that information source. Don't start to mix this coach and that coach, and the Golf Channel told me to buy these clubs on the infomercial, and then my buddy down the street. No, find yourself a golf liaison or a golf mentor. It could be, PGA professional, LPGA professional, an actual playing professional, and listen to that person, because nobody's going to try to screw you.
I think that's a great word of wisdom there, Doug, because if you can find somebody that's connected to the golf world, knows something about golf, has played golf, you can lean on them for advice. You can kind of just bounce ideas off them, and they can guide you to where you need to be. And if you don't have that person, like Shannon did on Instagram, she hit me up in the DMs, and I tried to help her out. So there's so many resources out there, but be very careful. Don't get sucked into the rabbit hole of all of these goods and gadgets and spending lots and lots of money.
And there you have it. Best advice we can. 8 weeks, couple months in, new to the game. We get it. Reach out to us. But stay with it. That's my advice. Stay with it. It's easy to quit. It's hard to stick with something. And this game is super rewarding. It'll take you places you never thought you could go. You'll be introduced to people you never thought you'd meet, all by chasing this little white ball around some grass. So
we also recommend listening to season 1 of episodes of Birdies Not BS, like episode 12. Find out what you really need in your golf bag, or episode 9, how to play golf on a budget, which we all want to do because this game is way too expensive.
Yeah, I know. And if you're actually low on time, episode 6, we talk about how you can get better in only 30 minutes of time. So don't forget, go back to season 1, listen to all that good knowledge that we dropped on you last season, but we still got the fresh stuff coming this year. So stick with it. Holla at us. Birdies Not BS is where you find us at on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. birdiesnotbs.com.
We'll be here next week with some more information for you.
Absolutely. And be sure to review the episodes.